All right, Ryan chimes in. He says, hey, Joel, love your podcast and watch it all the time. Thank you very much. He says, I'll watch it when I'm working out at the gym. I was wondering what your typical preparation looks like through the week before you go and commentate a game. I also love hearing stories about interactions and conversations you had with current and previous coaches and players. Ryan, I appreciate it. And yeah, let me dive into it. I was talking with really my right-hand man, Steve. Steve Owens is a guy that is with me during the games. He's obviously a producer here on this show as well. And we were talking this morning about process. And it's fascinating because here in the first year of the podcast, what I've been desiring is a better process. Because over the last decade plus, I feel like I have developed a really good process or one that works for me on games. And this is really what it comes down to, is that I approach a game very similar to how I approached preparing for a game when I was a player. And so I basically break down the game or the preparation into sections. And then those sections take place on the same day every single week. Okay, so on a typical week, let's just take it from I get home on Saturday night, which has been a real blessing just from a family perspective after those noon games. And I can wake up, and what I try to do is from the time I wake up on Sunday morning until about 5:30 or 6 o'clock on Sunday, it's just family time. I try not to look at anything, read anything, watch anything. I try my best to just be with my family. We love to get donuts on Sunday morning. We love to go to church on Sunday, go to lunch, hang out. I'll take my kids to the driving range. We have a great time, watch some NFL football, and that's what we do. Then at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock on Sunday is when I start to dive in. This show takes kind of precedent on Sunday night. I will record a reaction episode to Saturday on Sunday night. Then on Monday morning, the important part of my process really starts to ramp up. What I try to do on Monday is break up the day into different sections where I'm preparing for the game, I'm preparing for the podcast, and I'm getting ready for any national shows that I'll go on, like going on Colin Cowherd's show on Wednesday when I go on with him. And so I start to do that. When it comes to the game, I start to read articles, and then I start to watch film. And the film, for me, is very important. So I'll watch whole games, and then I start to break that down into specialized versions or cut-ups of the game. Like I'll watch all the third downs. I watch all the red zone. And I start to get an idea of who the teams are. I try to define them, and I start to prepare for the matchup in that regard. How do I think the matchup is going to play out? Where do I think the strengths and weaknesses are of each team? How do I think that they're going to start to attack each of them? On Tuesday, I try to spend a little bit of time with my wife while the kids are at school and just listen. It's a busy time, right? So we try to, go to breakfast or have lunch or do something along those lines. And once Tuesday afternoon comes around, what I'm going to do then is start to prepare for the Joel Klatt Show, the podcast. And we'll record a podcast on Tuesday. Wednesday, I drive up to LA, go on Colin Cowherd's show, record another episode of the podcast. And by Wednesday night, my preparation is in its final stages. So I'll finish up watching any film that I have. And then on on Thursday morning, I'm off and I'm on a flight to wherever I'm headed. By the time Friday morning comes, I'm headed into meetings with the home team, doing Zooms with the away team, and finalizing my boards and the preparation that I've had all week long. And then Saturday, it's get up and go, fly home on Saturday night, and rinse and repeat the next week. So that's my game prep every week. I know that was kind of a fast rendition, but there we go.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.